This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. On this week's show, we'll feature some exciting action as we fire up our Augustana Sports Update. We'll also talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter and women's basketball with Coach Dave Krauth. A little later in the program, in our Augustana Sports Focus, we'll catch up with the coach of the Vikings' outstanding wrestling team, Jason Reitmeyer. And we'll take a look at what's ahead on the Augustana Sports calendar for this week. It's going to be a fun show, so let's get the action rolling. Here comes Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Augustana Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Last Saturday night, Coach Tom Billiter's Augustana men's basketball team picked up a wild 79-76 double overtime victory on the road at Wayne State. The Vikings began the game with an 11-0 run, but the Wildcats came back to lead 33-31 at halftime. Augustana freshman Yurli Malashenko hit a three-pointer with 3 seconds left in regulation to send the game into overtime. The game went back and forth through both overtimes before free throws by Cody Schilling and Chad Hederman secured the win for the Vikings. Cody Schilling led Augustana, now 10-5 overall and 7-4 in the NSIC, with 27 points and 10 rebounds. Cameron McCaffrey added 15 points and Derek DeZayao 10. Chad Hederman dished out 6 assists as the Vikings won their 4th straight game and 3rd in a row on the road. In women's basketball, Coach Dave Krauth's team dropped a hard-fought 73-69 game at Wayne State. The Augustana ladies led 33-29 at halftime, and the game stayed close throughout the second half. The Vikings tied the game at 63-63 with 2:09 to go, but the number 8 ranked Wildcats pulled out the home victory. Wayne State is now 14-1 overall and 11-0 in NSIC play. Augustana is 13-5 overall and 6-5 in the NSIC. Alex Feeney led the Vikings with 19 points and 6 rebounds. Molly Hayes also scored 19 points, with Megan Doyle adding 17 to go along with 6 assists. Christy Board grabbed 6 rebounds. After 3 straight road games, the Augustana men's and women's basketball teams now will have 7 of their final 11 games at home. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's number 3 ranked team powered past Minnesota State Moorhead 29-6 at the Elman Center. The Vikings won 8 of 10 matches to push their dual record to 7-1 on the season. Winners by decision for Augustana were Jason Jeremiahson at 133 pounds, Nate Herta at 149, Marcus Edgington at 157, Gavin Nelson at 165, and Lance Peters at heavyweight. Winning by major decision were Carl Sirk at 174 pounds and Tom Davies at 184. 197-pounder Ty Copsey pinned his opponent in just 49 seconds to earn his victory. And in indoor track, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's teams competed at the USD Invitational in Vermillion. For the ladies, Andrea Whitney won the high jump with a leap of 5 feet 6 inches. Annie Parsley was second in the 400-meter dash. Leanne Severson took second in the 800-meter run, and Holly Bloom finished third in the pole vault. For the men, Adu Amat won the 800-meter run, while Diego Aquendo was second in the 60-meter hurdles. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, by Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
Uber fan here, check this out. I'm on campus, right? And I overhear this dude say the games are gonna be on TV now! A new network, Midcoast Sportsnet. All local sports, all the time! I mean, every matchup, every rivalry, and I'm like, yeah, baby! I'm fist pumping him, I'm chest bumping him, might have kissed him on the lips. Anyway, every local game that matters only on Mid-Continent. It's totally awesome! Because I really can't go on campus for a while. Midcoast Sportsnet, coming at you live!
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, Tom, last Saturday the Vikings traveled down to Wayne State for another tough NSIC game. It was a wild one. The Vikings coming out on top in double overtime. What a win! Well,
it was a great win. It was a great game. We got up to an early 11-0 lead, and we were up 26-16 at one point and just rolling. I don't know if we relaxed. I don't know if Coach Combs took a great time out and really got those guys fired up, but it went from 26-16 to 35-31 halftime. They really had it closed out the half well. And, a little bit of everything. It's how basketball's played, but we were in tremendous foul trouble. DeZale played 9 minutes in the first half with 2. Cam had 2. Leif Nolan had 2. We're putting Chad Hederman at the 4. I mean, we were just doing it with mirrors. And when those kids all went out with the 10-point lead, that's when you jump a team, and I mean, we fouled. I mean, we shouldn't have been fouling. And so I thought they did a great job of taking advantage of some kind of mixed up matchups. Well, now you're attacking their half-court 1-3-1 trap, which we had practiced all week with guys in positions that really aren't used to being there, even though we had introduced them to them. And I did not think we did a good job of attacking their press. When we did, we got easy baskets, but we just had guys out of position.
Yeah, well, came back, super victory. Let's kind of go to the end of the game and talk a little bit.
Which end? There were 3.
I know. Let's talk first about regulation. Before we went on the air, we were talking a little bit about the big basket by Yuri Malyshenko.
Well,
so talk about how that unfolded.
Funny thing, and I'd love to visit with Paul in the summer about this. We're down 3 with about 7 seconds left, 7.4 I think. We design a play up, and Cam's fouled out. They're going to have 15 people guarding Cody. And so we knew. So we took time out. I go, Yuri, where do you want to shoot it from? First his eyes got like this, and he like that. And so he'd show me right on the board. So he drew a circle in that area, designed a play, got him in that circle. The guy that was supposed to pass it to him was Paterka. He's denied. Chad Hederman, a senior who never shows up in the box score with the things he does, doesn't pass to Turk. We yell, go, on the bench. Cody sets a beautiful down screen as a decoy. 3 guys go with Cody and stay. Up comes Yuri, catches. Well, such a long pass, 50-foot pass, that Williams, their great athlete, sprints at him and has him in sights. And it's wide open when he catches. I'm thinking he's going to shoot it, thinking this play might work. Here comes Williams. Beautiful ball fake, sidestep back behind the 3, boom, drills it. Just really fortunate execution. Yeah. Great shot by Yuri.
Yeah, well.
I would foul. I think I'm fouling in that situation.
On into the overtimes and a super win for the Vikings as you look back on the game, Tom. And
how about this, Bill? We have to get one free throw in first overtime. Derek DeZale, who's been making them again, but he missed like 13 in a row during this season already, makes the first one, bounces it in, which was a huge free throw to get us to the second, one in regulation. So, I mean, we had some kids step up other than Cam and Cody, although Cody had 27 and 10, but there were some key, Adam Paterka hit a big 3 in one of the overtime. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really a good team win.
Yeah, another huge win for the Vikings. It's 4 in a row now, Tom. 3 in a row on the road. What do you attribute the success
I know I said this on the radio, but, we had 4 home games, 7 on the road, in this first 11 games. Now, last year it was 7 and 4. Right. So, I mean, but now we get 7 at home, 4 on the road. I hope we defend our home court. I think we're capable of doing that. So, I think what's happened, and as you and I have talked, we're used to playing without Nate Truex. We're finally getting Jorgie back, Eric Jorgensen, who had 7 and 5 last night, really helped, or last Saturday really helped us. So I think we're just growing, getting older, getting better, and every practice is better, and these kids want to win.
Yeah, well, keep it going, and it will get challenging again this weekend. The Vikings taking on Upper Iowa here on Friday night, and then one of the teams that's picked to be one of the best in NSIC, Winona State, on Saturday.
In the country, perennial power. They have 5 Division I transfers. You got 2 Mr. Basketballs, Clayton Vetty out of Iowa, and you've got Anthony Tucker out of Minnesota. So as talented a team as there probably is in the nation. Coming off a tough loss at home to Moorhead, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing for us. I think they'll really be focused. However, we get them on the Saturday. Before you look past that, this Upper Iowa team on Friday nights is as good as anybody in the country. I mean, they really play well on Friday nights. And so Brian does a great job, Dolan, and those kids will be so ready to play us. So our hands are full, and it's nice to be home. You know, like you said, we've had a lot of travel in the last week, and so hopefully we can get ourselves back together, attack a few things that we didn't handle well, learn from the film Saturday, and then hopefully get better. But it should be a great weekend. Hope the weather doesn't do what it's been doing every weekend. Yeah.
Well, it will be great, basketball fans. The Vikings need your help, so come on over and enjoy the games at the Elman Center. Good luck, Tom.
Thanks, Bill.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Blue one.
Recessed lighting, it's absolutely blue one. Blue one. Blue one. Blue one.
The Rutan, the only minivan with the soul of a Volkswagen.
Can we do it again? Yeah.
Sure.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, in the new Sanford Health.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, last Saturday the Vikings took the trip down to Wayne State. Wayne State ranked number 8 in the country, undefeated in the Northern Sun, only 1 loss all season, an outstanding team. The Vikings pushed them all the way to the end. A great ball game, came up just a little short.
Yeah, and unfortunately there aren't any real rewards for that other than maybe psychological rewards for playing well. But I think compared to our previous weekend on the road, etc., we played much harder and really gave ourselves a good chance to win there. And that's not a place where we've played very well over the last few years. So, you know, there were some positives, like I said, from obviously a psychological standpoint. But we, you know, would have been a great win for us, and we didn't get it.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about the game, how it went and unfolded, and who played well for the Vikings.
Well, it really was just an even game all the way through. You know, they're just such a solid team, and I've got a couple of spots where we have a very difficult time matching up with them. But we just sort of helped in the right situations defensively, and then we had probably our 3 top scorers all, you know, got key baskets and big baskets at times with Molly Hayes and Megan Doyle and Alex Feeney. And it was right there, but they got some key offensive rebounds, putbacks, went inside against us down the stretch. And then we had a couple possessions and a couple of turnovers probably where we had 14 for the game. But that probably, you know, was just enough that in a game like that, you made a difference.
Well, the Vikings will get Wayne State back up here in February, so it'll be an interesting rematch. Talking about the schedule going forward, 7 of the last 11 games now in the conference schedule are at home, and that starts this weekend with games against Upper Iowa and Winona. Talk about those, Dave.
Well, Upper Iowa is a team that hasn't won a lot of games in the league here over the last few years, but very respectable club. Again, this past weekend pushed Minnesota Moorhead right to the very end. And you know that is a team that you just have to be ready to play because physically or athletically, I mean they match up well with most teams. And then with Winona, they've just been a team that's been very consistently right up there and are sitting second in the league now. So it's one of those where we'll have to put together a couple of good ball games. But like you said, we are back at the Elman Center, and hopefully that'll help not only our team, but a couple of kids who have probably struggled over the last couple of weeks maybe get themselves on track.
Well, fans, get over here. Give us that energy we need to get those wins. Dave, we've talked about this before, but as it continues to unfold, give kind of your analysis of the conference at this point.
Well, it looks a little bit like Wayne has separated themselves, and it's about 2 through 10 are really fighting and jockeying for spots. Concordia is that sleeping giant that looks like they've woke up a little bit now and are playing the way they're capable. So Northern is up number 3 in the league now and has put on a nice run over the last few weeks. So it's very jumbled. I don't know if Wayne could stub their toe, but we're right at the midpoint and of the conference schedule, and so a lot will develop over this second half of the conference schedule.
Well, it's going to be good to see the Vikings back home. So good luck to you and your team, Dave.
Thanks, Bill.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, in the new Sanford Health.
A message from the Better Bundle Bureau. Mid-Continent Communications has the best bundle to beat boredom without busting the budget. With its $99 a month theater DVR trio, people are downright giddy, saving over $500 a year and still being thoroughly entertained. Free HD, on-demand, the fastest broadband speeds known to man, and unlimited local and long-distance calling, all wrapped up in a nice little $99 bundle. The theater DVR trio. It's the best bundle on earth.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana wrestling coach Jason Reitmeyer. Jason, great to have you back on the show. The Augie wrestlers are rolling along, having a tremendous season here, ranked number 3 in the country, and we'll get to talking about the individuals that make up this team here in a little bit. But to begin with, Jason, why don't you back up a little bit, kind of take us through the season so far, give us some of the highlights and how you feel the team's doing.
Well, we started out with the open season and stuff, and I thought we wrestled fairly well in the opens early on. We had 3 of them in a row there, and I thought we performed pretty well. We got our lineup somewhat set and wrestled against Augsburg right before Thanksgiving, and Augsburg's always, one of the top Division III teams in the nation. We came out and really beat up on them pretty well, and I was pretty pleased with that. It kind of got the momentum going for the season, and then we had a couple easier duels with Northwestern and USF and rolled through them, and then really geared up for national duels. And we're not trying to peak right now by any means, but we really kind of put a lot of focus on national duels because there was 12 of the top 16 teams in the nation there, and we wrestled really well. We came out a little flat against San Francisco State, but then we rolled over Mankato, who was ranked 6th in the nation, and then we beat a mild upset, I guess you'd say, against St. Cloud, who was ranked 2nd in the nation and got in the finals, and lost to Omaha 17-15, which was, we split matches 5 out of 5, but they got some bonus points, and we let a couple matches slip away from us. But overall, we're wrestling really well.
Yeah. Okay, and then last night, here we're filming this on Sunday, a nice win over Minnesota State Moorhead.
Yeah, Moorhead's one of those teams that's really strong down below, 25 through 57 or so. They're really good. And they just came off of national duels, wrestling fairly well too, and they're probably a top 15 team. I thought we wrestled okay. We didn't wrestle our best. I thought we were a little flat down below. We picked it up a little bit, but overall, a good performance.
Yeah, well, great start to the season. Let's kind of go, give you a chance to kind of go through starting down at the bottom and take us through your weights and how it looks, who's doing well.
Well, right now, 25, we got Al Meager, a redshirt senior. He's been wrestling fairly well. Tough weight in the regional. It's going to be one of those battles, but again, I think he works hard enough and does enough where we're going to get him through the nationals where he can be an All-American. 33, we have a battle right now. We got two very good kids, Jason Jeremiason and Cody Lensing. Jason Jeremiason just come off a big weekend and NSIC Wrestler of the Week, and Cody Lensing just went to a tournament yesterday and won it and beat a kid that's very good. So I mean, I've got a battle there, you know, but it's a good thing to have. You know, 41 is our returning our national champ, Jay Shear. He's been wrestling fairly well. He picks it up at the end and he knows when to turn it on. Nate Herta is wrestling well. He again is another one that'll pick it up towards the end of the year too. And 57 returning All-American, Marcus Edgerton. Again, you know, he's wrestling solidly, but he's got a ways to go yet before the end of the year. Gavin Nelson, senior, All-American, doing really well. You know, he's just steady. He's real steady, and I see him as a sleeper for a national title. 74, Carl Cirk has kind of got that place held down. He's wrestling phenomenally. He's, you know, he's only got like 3 losses on the year, and they're all the guys that are nationally ranked or Division I guys. 84 is where we got another battle. I got a redshirt freshman and a redshirt sophomore, and they're both battling out, and one of them wrestled last night, and the freshman, Tom Davies, and dominated. The kid looked really good doing it, and then the other kid went to an open and won it. So I mean, I've got 2 solid kids that are wrestling pretty well there. 97, Ty Copsey is he's just a winner. He's probably the most steady guy we got on our team. Nothing really phases him. Tight matches. He can blow people out. He can pin people. He does it all. You know, he's going to be a 4-time All-American as long as he stays healthy. And then up top we got Lance Peter, fifth-year senior, who's is probably wrestling the best I've seen him wrestle since he's been here, and he's really figured things out wrestling heavyweight when he's probably a natural 97-pounder. But overall, our team is really, really deep right now. We have some seniors on the team, of course, but I don't see us stepping back after this year either.
Yeah, wonderful, Jason. An experienced team mixed in with some young guys. This could be the year, national championship. We're right there, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, we're close. I think there's probably 3-4 teams that are really close. You know, Omaha, of course, is the favorite yet, but they're not as deep and not as solid all the way through their lineup like they usually are. A lot of teams have a shot at knocking them off. St. Cloud, us, Newberry. I'd put Pitt Johnstown and some of these other teams, UCO in there too, Kearney. But again, I think there's 3 really favorites right now, and UNO, us, and St. Cloud. And if we continue wrestling the way we have and continue to pick it up, we're a team that wrestles better late in the season. Right. We've figured out how to peak these guys at the right time. They buy into the system, know we're going to break them up and bust them down right now, and the duels are going to be a little bit tougher than what they should be. But at the end of the year, we're going to feel good and we're going to wrestle well.
Yeah, we will be there. And, you know, fans, if you want to see some great wrestling, wow, do we have some matches coming up here. Talk a little bit about we go to Marion Northern on the road next weekend, but talk about the home schedule coming up.
You know, the NSIC is probably the toughest conference in the nation as far as wrestling goes, and I don't know if people know that, but Division II wrestling. We've got St. Cloud and Mankato coming up in 2 weeks. That's a number 2 team and number 6 team in the nation. We got Omaha coming into town, which is, of course, the number 1 team. They're not in our conference, but they are a very great team. And Upper Iowa's coming into town, which is another top 10 team, and a team that we really have a big rivalry against, and just there's no love there whatsoever. But it's going to be a great season, you know, and we got a lot of home matches, and NSIC is just really tough.
Yeah. Well, then, after that, we have another big event here on February 27th. Talk about that.
Right. We host the regional. It's you know, it's going to be great. You know, we got Wisconsin Parkside, Indianapolis, and Newman joining it this year, and Jeff Holm is doing a wonderful job getting things set up, along with you know, Tim and the people in the SID office, and I think it's just going to be one of the class act deals that go on here. They're just putting they're really making it big, you know, here and stuff, and sometimes I think it gets overshadowed, and I don't think people put as much effort into it, but we really want to showcase this and do a nice job and get a lot of fans here, and those guys are just working their tails off.
Yeah, they really are. That's a Sunday, February 27th, so circle your calendar here for the big regional. I think it starts at 10 o'clock. It'll be tremendous. And then, Jason, national championships this year?
Yeah, 2 weeks later, Kearney. It's, you know, they put on a great tournament down there. They had it, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just great. So we're excited about that. And, You know, again, it's Midwest. Midwest people love wrestling.
Right.
We get a lot of fans there. If it goes out East-West, sometimes we lose those fans. And again, if we can get the guys through the Nationals, we've got a really good shot at pulling something off.
Well, you've got quite a team, Jason. You, Tom, and the guys do a great job, so keep going. Good luck. Go get them.
Well, thank you.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Blue one.
Recessed lighting, it's absolutely.
Blue one. Blue one. Blue one. Blue one.
The Rutan, the only minivan with the soul of a Volkswagen.
Can we do it again? Yeah.
Sure.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Friday, January 21st, basketball back home against Upper Iowa University. The women tip off at 6, followed by the men at 8. And wrestling is on the road at the University of Mary. Saturday, January 22nd, big NSIC basketball doubleheader at the Elman Center against the very strong Winona State men's and women's teams. The women's game tips off at 4, followed by the men at 6. And wrestling continues action at Northern State. Indoor track is at the University of Minnesota Invitational. Monday, January 24th, it's the Augustana Coaches Show on ESPN 99.1 at 5 o'clock. And next Wednesday and Thursday, January 26th and 27th, we'll have Augustana Sportscene back here again at the same time on this channel. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana basketball, you can hear the men on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide on the web at KIKN.com. And the Augie ladies can be heard on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide on the web at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next time for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.